Hello there. I'm live. It says I'm live right there on the screen. So hopefully everything's working well. Let me just double check. It is just unlisted. Hello, everybody. I just want to double check this very quickly because, you want to always make sure it's going out to the right people. I'm not live to the entire world right now. Well, sort of, but let me just double check. 2 seconds. Just want to double check. It's always my concern. I'm broadcasting live to everybody, which is, it's like a nightmare situation for me. Because right now, we're going to talk something privately, just you and me, about the future of DSNY Newscast. So some exciting stuff. So yeah, that's all going well. That's good. Right. Okay. Let me bring it back to the main screen again. Okay. Hi there, everybody. Sorry, number one, for my face at the moment. Bit of an outbreak with my acne. As you can probably tell in the videos, I do actually have quite bad acne. I'm 26 years old and I do have spots on my face. So sorry about that. You just have to put up with it for today. Anyway, now we've got that out of the way. Let's start off with some comments to begin with, and then we'll move on to the announcement about the future of DSNY Newscast. It's pretty exciting. So yeah. Right, we've got Josh Dog 2014 says, I know it's automatic in every video, but it's kind of funny that there's an advertisement for Patreon in the description of a Patreon exclusive video. Yeah, well, that is a default setting on YouTube. It autofills just that setting. I get to put whatever I want in that. So yeah, there's always that little ad for Patreon. It doesn't drive that many more Patreon subscribers, so it's good to let people know that there's always that option. John Shoemaker, hello. Lol, I didn't get an ad. Interesting. Yeah, it's that little line underneath there. Okay, right. John Hijack, Josh Dog. Nick says, love your show, and I'll always defend you against WDWNT. Well, thank you, Nick. Now, that is sort of the kind of an announcement. Kind of links into the announcement for today. It's other news sites, basically. Now, I don't know if I should get to the announcement straight away or whether I should just wait for more people to come in before we get to that, because, repeating it over and over. So if you've got any questions about Disney, we can do those first, and then maybe we'll get to the announcements instead. John says, uh-oh, is there drama between him and WDWNT? I just don't get the craziness of the Disney Twitter universe. Yeah, well, there's not drama on my side. The owner of WDWNT has always hated my channel. He wrote last May about me using a video of his with credit, and he didn't like that, so I stopped using his videos. Recently, I used 2 photos for the new RFID passes for Disneyland Paris back in March, and I didn't know who the photos belonged to. I just thought they were generic photos. I couldn't find the Twitter user who they belonged to. Ended up being WDWNT, and he's managed to file a copyright strike against my channel and get that video taken down. Now, if I get 2 more strikes of copyright strike, I get the channel deleted. So yeah, it's not a great situation, but that's where the announcement comes in today. I want to keep DSNY Newscast going no matter what. I don't want anybody else to have control over this community that we built in terms of, whether it can succeed or not. So hopefully the announcement today will, be a safeguard to what we've created as a community here. Because I really do feel that DSNY Newscasts and a lot of other great Disney vloggers, we've got this kind of real, caring community about Disney. We don't just look for the easy trolling activity. We actually, your suggestions are great in terms of what you say in the comments. I mean, a lot of those comments, they're well thought out. They're, I've just picked the winners for the videos last week. There was something like something to do with Wandering Oaken's sleigh, and it was a good name, and it's just like, those are great suggestions. Anyway, so let me just get back to the comments here. Casey Black, hello. Cassie Black, sorry about that. Is it, I know. Have you seen Solo? What do you think? That's Josh. I think it was great. But a lot of people don't like it, and it's failed at the box office. Yeah, I've seen Solo. I'm going to be giving my mini review as part of tomorrow's video. More than likely, I'll be doing a DSNY Newscast tomorrow because we've got, in around an hour's time, Galactic Nights is going to go on, and Disney are hopefully going to release a lot more information about Galaxy's Edge. New concept art, new details. I'll be breaking it all down tomorrow in a video, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we're going to get some great news about Disney and Galaxy's Edge tomorrow or tonight, and I'll do it tomorrow. So the Tuesday video will be bumped up to Monday, and also today's announcement is to do with, you know, if there is breaking news, is there a better way to do breaking news? Is there a way better to get it out to all of you guys? So let me just continue on the comments. I think we've got, you know, everyone sort of who's going to be here at the moment, and then people watch it later on this evening. I hope the audio is loud enough. It's just in its normal placement. I haven't moved. Yeah, there's a mic there. I'll put it on the screen. Okay, right. What else we got? What do you think of the concept theme for the rumored Epcot resort might be? What do you think it will be? If I was to say what Disney are doing at the moment in terms of Epcot resort, we haven't actually heard any rumors of what it will be at the moment, what will be themed to. Personally, I think they'll play it safe. They'll play it, it won't be an immersive hotel. It's right outside the gate. And, you know, Disney always make things expensive, which is right outside the gate. But I think they'll play it very safe with that hotel. Hopefully, it'll be modern, minimalist, futuristic kind of theme to it. I feel that would work. Cassie Black, I genuinely want to know what your favorite Disney ride is ever, past, present, and why. Right, and second question, I feel that if you were to start a new brand, people would follow you and favor that over the DSNY brand. Thank you for that, Cassie. Yeah, if the channel gets deleted, basically, I'm bringing back DSNY Newscast with a new YouTube channel just called DSNY Newscast again, and people will subscribe or they won't. A lot of people will refine the videos, and yeah, the strategy won't work against it because, you know, people, when they can't compete or if they don't want to compete, or, you know, if they see a challenge, they try and take other people down. I've never really, I mean, I'm not even speaking ill of WDWNT here. I'm not speaking ill of any other Disney news site. I just see little point in doing it. I know this is a very closed off community of just us Patreon people, and you guys, the ones who are willing to support the channel, are the ones who care the most about the channel, and that's the reason why I feel like I can talk honestly with you guys about it. I don't want to start airing dirty laundry and all that sort of stuff. Right, but yeah, past and present attraction. I'm fairly young, so a past attraction, not many have gone away in my lifetime. The only one which I'd have liked to ride properly, you know, as an adult instead of as a little like 2-3-year-old, Horizons would have been one. But my favorite all-time attraction has to be Pirates of the Caribbean. I love Pirates of the Caribbean. I could sit on that ride and do it all day, to be honest. I think the most times I've been on it in continuous thing, I think it was 4 times. Me and my family, it was a nighttime parade, electric light parade was going on in Paris. And the ride operator just allowed us to go around 4 times in one continuous go. So we spent around half an hour to, I think it's 3 or 4 times we went on it in one go. And it was just great fun. I love Pirates of the Caribbean. Okay, right. Oh, you are lagging a bit for me. Sorry about that, John. I just don't understand why they couldn't come to you and say, hey, those are our picks, take it out. Yeah, if they'd have done that, I'd have been able to edit it out of the video. I would have been able to, if they'd done that, I did actually cut it out of the video, but by that time they filed a copyright strike against me. It's a way some people want to go about doing business. It's, to be honest, it's not the best way. I don't feel it is. They'd have got a lot further if they'd just come to me and speak to me about it. But it's the way people do business, and if that's the way they want to do it, cutthroat, that's the way they do it. Anyway, I think we've got everyone here now. I know we've only got 13 people here, but more people will join later. And enough rambling. It's been 10 minutes. Let's get to the event announcement on my part. Right. So the announcement is it's to do with all the news sites, and that is DSNY Newscast is going to be expanding. The DSNY Newscast channel is fantastic. I know you guys love the videos, and I've achieved what I set out to do with the YouTube channel. It's not going away. It's still going to be there. As you're probably aware, the Sunday show isn't coming back, mainly for the reason it was just I can't focus on other outside projects and progressing DSNY Newscast as a brand and bringing new things to you. Patreon, new t-shirt designs, you know, different, you know, breaking news videos that cuts into it, like the one I did on Friday. That was, you know, that ate up a good chunk of time on Friday. You know, it still takes time. So basically, this is what's happening. We're going to be launching, as in just me, a DSNY Newscast site, and it's going to be a news site, and it's going to be going live hopefully June. I've yet to hire a WordPress developer to create it, but I can actually show you if this will allow me to show the desktop. 2 secs. And the old system used to allow me to show the desktop, and this won't allow me to show the desktop. Right, okay. Let me just work out. I was hoping that this was going to be able to screencast, and it doesn't. Okay. Oh, thank you, YouTube. Right, okay. So what I'll do is I'll show you on my iPhone. Sorry about this, guys, but this is the way it's going to have to be because YouTube are a bit rubbish. I don't like this. Right. Okay. So as you can see here, if I can just angle this down away from the lights. Right. As you can see there, you can see the general layout of what the site is going to look like. Okay. I know the lights are kind of glaring in the background. So we've got the card interface, and that is a real critical part of the website. This is just in the mock-up design stages at the moment. It hasn't actually been created yet, but this is the design I'm going for. So essentially you're going to have that sort of design. Then we're going to have the videos at the top because that is the bread and butter. That is the mainstay of DSNY Newscast. And then with the card interface. Now, this card interface here, which I can show you, it's color coded. Pink, blue, you know, black and gold, black and yellow. Different. They're not real news stories at the moment. But where it's coming from is the design of the website. Let me move this back up again. Is the same as the old DSNY Digest app. This app here. And as you can see, this was very colorful. It had all sorts of articles in it, but it was more of an aggregator than anything else. And when you tap on an article, let's say this one here about Disneyland Paris, you could scroll down. Now, the main objective here is not only is the news site going to be coming into effect, but also DSNY Digest, or whatever we're going to call it, is going to come back as well. The iPhone app I want to bring back. And when I had the iPhone app, I ran it for around 2.5 years before I even started DSNY Newscast. And it had breaking news alerts. It had push notifications on iPhone and Android. Now, I only ever really had around 400 people, daily users on that app. But it was a great asset. No other news site has an app which can do breaking news notifications and push notifications, so you can find out as and when things are happening. Now, personally, I've mulled this one over. I've been thinking, will it hurt the view count of the videos? Because obviously the videos do matter. This is very much a state of the union kind of thing. I want to be very honest with you guys. You guys are the ones, you know, who really care about DSNY Newscast. So let's just talk this out. So in terms of the app itself, I want to bring it back. I want to make videos more of an element of it. So therefore you will be able to see videos. There'll be push notifications whenever a new video comes out. So therefore, whether YouTube does its job properly or not, you will be able to get the video when it's released. So we can basically do away with YouTube notifications, because it's inconsistent, and I'm fed up of YouTube. Every one month or 2 months time, they announce something new, and it's really starting to annoy me in terms of we as a community, as you know, Disney Dan, Defunctland, TPM Vids, everybody, we all work really hard to create content, and YouTube making it even harder for us to get this content to you guys. So DSNY Digest for me is something which I want to create and bring back, because I want it as a safeguard. So number one, if the channel ever gets deleted, I'll be able to notify everyone and say, hey, we're coming back. Keep using this app, and we'll be back in a day's time with a new channel. If breaking news happens, like D23 Expo, it would be massively useful for D23 Expo. I did it in 2015 for D23 Expo, and I don't know, 1,000 people that used it then loved it. You know, it was ding, ding, you know, whenever news broke at D23. Now, I'm going to be bringing more people on board to help keep the news site going. Now, because when you actually look at a lot of news sites, Disney news sites, you know, fan news sites, I think a lot of them are great. WDW Magic is fantastic. You should definitely check out their forums. Inside the Magic do some great videography. Great videos, and you know, post some great content, and it's not just Disney content, it's pop culture as well. You know, Laughing Place, people like that, Mice Chat do some good stuff. There's a lot of great news sites out there. Now, I'm not out to compete directly with them. I'm out to provide an assistant to a complement service to what DSNY Newscast already does. I feel that there is an awful lot sometimes of rumors and chatter, and it's hard to sometimes work out what is true, what is false information. And I feel that I try and do that with the videos, but sometimes there's smaller stories which I don't cover in the videos, which you'll find on the DSNY news site. Also, op-eds and opinion pieces will be on the news site as well. And I'm actually going to be, you've probably seen Big Fat Panda, John. He's a great friend of ours, and big supporter of DSNY Newscast. And John at Big Fat Panda, we're going to be working together, and he will be bringing you guys his content on the site as well, because he gets a lot of great access to press events and exclusive interviews, which from time to time, you know, they don't get enough coverage. And so I want to help John out with that. And John's a great guy. I mean, you know, he's a great interviewer. He's a great personality. Personally, I like watching his stuff, because when John says something, he doesn't beat around the bush with it. He gets straight to the point. He doesn't tell you something which is the company line. He gives you his honest opinion. That's what I do as well. And when it comes to, you know, other news sites, they don't always give you their honest opinion. They give you an opinion which is sometimes speculative, and they pass it off as fact. And I don't like that. And I don't like also the fact that some people within the community are very negative towards Disney. We all love Disney. I personally see very little point in being so incredibly negative towards something that we all love, just to make ourselves seem cool. Yeah, it's okay to make jokes about them, but you know, just being mean-spirited, it doesn't achieve anything. So we got the news site. That's going to be in development. I'm working on that. As part of the news site, we're going to have the videos. We're going to have the custom cards. Now, I want the interface of this news site to look great. I want it to look thematic. And when you're on it, it's beautiful to just look at. Other things that I want to bring to the news site eventually, countdowns for upcoming movies. So like 29 days till Mary Poppins Returns comes out, things like that. And it has a countdown counter there. I want push notifications in the app. It's very important. I want you to read the art. I mean, I know an awful lot of you guys read the articles on other sites anyway, and come to my videos and want to know what's fact, what's not. It's an aggregator. And so the articles which will be on the news site will be be written, custom op-eds by different people, and other news sites, they just copy and paste Disney press releases anyway off Disney Parks blog or Disneyland press releases and stuff like that. So we'll be doing the same, but with us doing that, Disney Parks blog, I wish they would revamp their website. It's not a great website to use, to be honest. It's very dated. And hopefully with DSNY Newscast site, I don't know what we're going to call it yet, whether it's DSNY News or DSNY Newscast or whatever, we'll work out the name. With that site, it will be a place where you can go and you'll see instantly, that's Disneyland, that's Disneyland Paris, that's Walt Disney World, that's Imagineering, that's, and you know what you're looking at. We'll cover movie news as well. And, we'll be updating it daily. How many articles go up a day will depend on the news cycle. I'm not going to just post any old stuff to the news site just for the sake of it. Merchandise and things like that, just to try and get clicks. I'd see very little point in doing that. I want it to be news. Right. So now with that being said, let's get to some of the comments on this. Right. 2 seconds. Right. Sorry about, again, the face spots everywhere. Okay. Right. Okay. We got Sweet Kick 'em Where It Hurts. Looks nice. It's not about, John, thank you. But honest to God, it's not about trying to kick 'em where it hurts, in my opinion. It's about just trying to provide an honest dialogue with you guys. And you guys read the news anyway. A lot of people come to my videos and say, I already knew about this piece of news, but I watch you because I wanted the breakdown, I wanted the graphics, I wanted this, I wanted that. And it's a whole thing. And, the maps and the way it's explained, sometimes, when it's written, isn't as well explained as with video. And that's where the newscast can bring a different light to it. Now, if it does affect the view count, then what I'll do is I'll post the videos and then I'll post the article afterwards. But I'll just have to work out which way to do it. But yeah, a new app sounds awesome. That was Nick saying that there. Cassie Black says, super solid answer. That's awesome. Fantastic. Cheers. I'm guessing that's about the Pirates of the Caribbean answer. Okay, Caitlin says, I agree with John. As long as there is a way to turn off the notifications, should we choose to, that would be great. Perhaps tailor the types of notification. Yeah, and Caitlin also says, in other words, let people choose whether they want to be notified every single update, once a day, or turn off notifications entirely. Yeah, this is the thing. I'm not going to be putting out, every time an article comes out, there won't be a notification every time. I don't see any point in that. I don't see any point in posting a notification when that happens. I will be putting out a notification whenever a new video comes out, because that's only twice a week. So you'll get minimum 2 notifications twice a week, exactly when the video comes out, so you can watch it exactly when it comes out. I'm not going to spam you with notifications. When I used to operate the app, a notification only matters if it notifies you and you engage. If you get to the point where you don't want to see the notification, it's pointless. So I won't be breaking it down into separate categories, because just from a logistics standpoint, in app development, it's more expensive to do that. And to be honest, I don't have the money to pay the premium price for notifications, which would be for 13 different topics of different types of notification. But I will be providing a way for you to turn off the notifications if you don't want them. I completely understand people like to sometimes be surprised and they don't want notifications. That's great. I'm absolutely fine with that. But I made it very clear in my old app. I'll just show you now. 2 seconds. This is back in the old app. Wait, 2 seconds. So this is no longer on the App Store. But here, I had on the side screen here, if you can see, notifications up at the top. And when you used to tap through to notifications, you can see out there, it focuses, you can see you can turn it off immediately. So you can go through to notification, turn it off. Now, I made that very clear because it's annoying when you can't turn off notifications. Apple always allow you to turn off notifications, but I didn't want to make it difficult for you to find it. I wanted people to easily turn it off if they didn't want to. But yeah, I'm looking at bringing back the app, and it's going to be great. Christopher says, app sounds great, along with a news site. Also team up with John. Yeah, John's great. John Shoemaker, this is not John from Big Fat Panda, says totally what I love about you, Jack. You love great design. So many just don't understand the importance of good design and how much it takes to truly make something look great. Yeah, I personally feel that if you get the design right, everything else can follow. If people don't engage with what you're trying to show them, if it's boring, if it's hectic, if it's cluttered, if it's got ads all over the place, if it's got, sidebar, article, if it's all over the place, you don't know where to look, to be honest. I want this to be very clean. There will be adverts on the site. There'll be probably one down the side and one dust down the side of each article. But that's when advertisers come in. I mean, it won't be happening straight away. It will be funded pretty much. It will be done from a labor of love to begin with, and especially with the app as well. So it's not a money maker. It's not a money maker straight away. It will hopefully eventually support itself in terms of paying for the hosting fees, paying for the people who will help write the articles. Fans of the show have reached out to me and said, I want to help do this. So, it's a labor of love, and we should be able to do it together. You should do an Alexa app, do a short version of the news coming out on DSNY. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do that. I've got so many things to do at the moment with the app and the news site, and trying to hire a developer and another developer, and just trying to get it all going again. It's going to be difficult, but it should pay off in the long run, to be honest. And also, I feel that if we have a website, a place for all of us to congregate and comment down below on the articles and things like that, Disney will recognize us more and potentially give DSNY privileges towards press events. So I will be able to bring you guys exclusive access to press events. But at the moment, John has that access. So I'll be posting his videos. And John, he's a great YouTuber. He's a great guy. So I want to try and help John out as well, and get his videos more clicks and stuff like that. But he does a great job. So he'll be embedding his videos on the site as well. Did you mention a possible launch date for it? No, I haven't mentioned a launch date yet, because I've only just started this past week. I've decided let's move forward with this, and it's time for us to move on it. I'm starting to develop the mock-up stages for the actual the news site. The news site will come first. The app will come later. And once the news site, because I need the site up and running for the app to operate off the site. So the news site will be up and running first. But hopefully, I'm hoping by end of June, we'll get the news site going. App might be July. But here's the other news, okay? August, look, in D23 Expo last year, the summer, even with D23 Expo, July was fantastic, as in terms of news, how much news was coming out. August, even though we just had D23 Expo, it still dried up a little bit in terms of news in D23 Expo. So it was a bit of a struggle last year in August. August is always a time when Disney news starts to just drop off and die a little bit. I've seen it now happen for 4 years and 3 years. This will be my 4th year of actually covering it and posting about it. And in August, the news always just takes a dive. Disney know, let's not announce it now. People are on holiday. People don't watch stuff as much. September was when they'll pick up again. So what I'm doing is I'm contemplating taking a bit of August off, maybe the 1st, 2nd, 3rd week of August off. And then in the 4th week of August, the last week of August, here's the other big announcement. I haven't told anyone this yet. I've booked it, but I'm going to be in Walt Disney World at the end of August into September. and me and Disney Dan and a couple other YouTubers, hopefully, we're going to be hosting some sort of meet and greet fan meetup. So you guys can come along, shake my hand, take a photo with me, see if you're taller than me, see that kind of thing. See me in the flesh, see all these spots, see all of that sort of stuff, and we can have a good time. Maybe even all walk towards one ride and try and get all on one ride together, if Disney allows that. I don't know what their policy is on this sort of stuff. But anyway, so end of August, early September, we'll be doing some sort of meetup. I will be out in Walt Disney World that week. So if you see me, say hello, and I'll come over and we'll have a quick chat and take a photo or whatever, or maybe say see you around the park in a day or two. Because if you're out in Walt Disney, we'll probably bump into you multiple times. But I'm out there. I'll be actually out there with my sister. My sister loves Disney as well, and she really wanted to go. I don't have a girlfriend at the moment, and ordinarily I'd have taken, as people do, they go away with that. But my sister would like to go, so she's coming along with me instead, and we're going to spend roughly, I think it's 7 days out there, just going around the parks together. I went with my brother last year to Disneyland Paris, so he enjoyed that, but he's got other hot plans this year, so my sister wants to come instead, so that's what we're doing. So if you see us around the park, say hello, and it'd be great to put a name to the face, and face to the name, sorry, and be great fun. I won't be out there until January. Well, January is a better time to go, to be honest. It is quieter. It's colder, but it's quieter, so you'll get on more rides. But I know that I want to get out there as well to film a lot of footage and B-roll for the videos. Just so therefore I've got my own footage as well. It's been a while since I've been to Walt Disney World. So, I've been to Disneyland Paris and Disneyland in the last 4 years. So it's been a while since I've been to Walt Disney World. Well, that's awesome. We'll be missing you by a month, but still great idea. Maybe a live stream hookup, Resort TV 1. Yeah, I will be on Resort TV 1's live stream. But here's the other thing. When I'm out there, I'm going to record one newscast from the park at the end of August. So I'll be back end of August, more than likely, if not early September, with DSNY Newscast. The site will be up and running by then anyway, so you'll be able to get your news during August when it's a bit of a slower news month via the website. Hopefully the app will be up and running, so therefore everybody who wants to download it can download it. And when I come back in September, I can notify everybody and say, hey, we're back, and everyone come back to the videos. And if they don't, well, oops. But in terms of the month off, the Patreon videos will still keep coming in that month off. I might even post some of the Patreon videos which we've already done, like back from January and February, to the main channel, just one a week maybe, just to keep the channel alive for the rest of them. But you guys will get new videos in that month, and I might even look to do live streams during August instead, like once a week a live stream or something like that. Just I'm playing around with different ideas. I'm not sure how to work in August yet. I know that if there's breaking news, if there's big news, I'll cover it. I know I'll do that. I won't leave you guys hanging with that. And but I don't know what the schedule is going to be like. Personally, it would be nice for me to get a little bit of time off to focus on other projects like the DSNY News site. I mean, hopefully it'll be up and running by then. The app, maybe by that stage, bringing new features to those products, and just working on more Patreon videos and content and redesigning maybe, the set a little bit and doing a bit of that. So I will be coming back. Speaking of Patreon, is there one coming in May, or are you taking a month off on those? I know they're a lot of work. No, thanks. They are a lot of work. I'm writing the What If video today and tomorrow. It's going to be on the Disney strike. What if the Disney strike never happened? It's an interesting topic to cover. It's I think it was one of the most critical parts of Walt Disney's life, to be honest. But we'll be doing that, and that will be coming out this month. So yeah, but I need to focus on this DSNY News site and the DSNY Digest app. Now the thing is, here's the other thing. I want to give you guys access to the news site and well, I don't know if I can do the app, but definitely the news site before anyone else. You guys are the only ones that know about this news site that's coming. I want you guys to use it before anybody else, and trial it for maybe a week, and then we'll go live. But I do want you guys to have first access to it. We've also got Will There Be Waltz Near radio podcast begin having episodes, or has that been scrapped? It hasn't been scrapped. It's just I need a co-host, and just me talking on a podcast I don't think is most interesting. So also, I think a lot of people think in terms of creating content. I mean, I'm victim to this as well. I think it's really easy to just say, I'm doing a podcast. And then when you look into the podcast, it's a lot of work to try and host it with iTunes and all the other stuff. And, definitely back when I announced it, I was doing 3 videos a week. And I realized when I started doing the Patreon thing, I can't do 3 videos a week. Number one, there's not enough news content to sustain 3 videos a week. And number 2, the content, the quality of the videos weren't improving. And so having a bit more time to focus on new transitions, new editing styles, new formats, things like really, number one, keep me creative, which in the end improves everything. Because if I get into a rut creatively with DSNY Newscast, I think the product suffers. So it keeps it fresh, it keeps it new. So I'm hoping that you guys like what DSNY Newscast is doing. At the moment, it's doing really well. The views are doing brilliantly. I think we're at 82,000 at the moment. We'll hit 83 soon. Not long to 100,000, and I'll do a big giveaway at 100,000 for the silver play button. If the channel doesn't get deleted by then, who knows? The section of the Walt Disney Family Museum about the strike was very informative. I might have a few pictures. Yeah, I've been to the Walt Disney Family Museum in 2014. It was an amazing experience. I think we spent 5 hours there. Most people don't probably spend 5 hours there. I think I walked around it once, and instead of walking to the end, I kind of doubled back on myself and walked back up towards, where the animation part is again, up around there, and we had a look around there again, and then we came back down to the into the Disneyland room with the train and the model. Yeah, fantastic experience. You guys, if you haven't been to Walt Disney Family Museum out in San Francisco, it's on the Poseido, I think it's called. It's a fantastic experience. It really is. I think it's $5 or $8. It's, for $8, it's such a bargain. Seriously, go. How do you get the pics there, Caitlin? When I went years ago, we were only allowed to take pics in the main first room. I'd just be careful about posting those pics inside the museum. Yeah, they don't like taking video inside there. I realize they get a bit weird about that. Because obviously, if you can watch it, if you watch a virtual tour, why would you go? But I do feel that they should probably have a companion app, like an iPad app, to explain Walt Disney's life. And then at the end of it, say, how do you fancy coming to the museum? I think it'd be a good way to raise awareness, because there's one thing having an app where you get like a 5 to 10 minute experience versus being able to walk around and seeing the animation desk, seeing the Disneyland model, seeing Walt's train, seeing the, what's it called? Blanking on it. What's it? Something camera, multi-plane. I was blanking there. Multi-plane camera. Seeing that, you actually see it stacked up from it. I think it's 2 floors. You see it through. So seeing all that, it's fantastic. John, nobody said anything. Yeah. So I don't know what their policy is with photos. But anyway, it's been great talking. Hopefully, you guys are as excited as I am for the future of DSNY Newscast. It's all about growing this whole thing into something bigger and better. Getting you the news in the most concise way possible, letting you know what's news, what's not, what's true, what's not, and being upfront with you guys. I won't be doing articles just for the clickbait. I don't believe in the clickbait. Confirmed this, that, blah, blah. I'm not going to be doing that. If it's confirmed, it's confirmed. there'll be a breaking news notification about it. If it's big news, that is. If it's small news, it's not going to get a notification. I'm not going to post about merchandise as much unless it's like a big merchandise haul. I won't be posting like little mini construction updates, minor little things. Those kind of things I feel are better covered in terms of videos anyway, because if I post a couple of photos of construction updates as articles to the site, I feel it won't necessarily do it justice. If it's in a video, I can zoom in. I can get into there. I can say, hey, look at this section here. That's what's new. This is what it was before, you know, and compare and contrast, get in there, really focus your attention on one area, zoom in on it, which you can't do on a website easily necessarily, and say, this is the part you should look at. Have you noticed anything new? I think that's really great. And hopefully the graphics and the Photoshop stuff, which I do on the channel anyway, it helps really. It's about explaining the news. It's not about reading it. It's about explaining the news. And I think so many news sites don't explain it. So we've got the videos to explain the news. We've got the news just to get it, just to get the news quickly, and then come watch the videos for me to explain it. That's the best way of me. Look, we're at 41 minutes. I've been talking nonstop. I'm a bit dry in the mouth. So let's call it a day now. But big things are going to happen. DSNY Newscast with a site, and also DSNY Newscast and app. It's happening. So that's the big news. That's the big takeaway. So until the next time, I've really enjoyed the chat here. By the way, the little discussion about all of this sort of stuff has been great. Until the next time, I've been Jack. You've been you, and I'll see you real soon.